So hi guys, this is Barsha and you're watching Mastermind. So friends, in this session we are going to discuss the format of notice and email writing, and this video is for all those students who are going to give their ICSE class 10 board examinations in the year 2020. So let us begin with the format of notice and email writing, but before this, one request to all of you that if you find this video helpful, then please do not forget to like our video. So let us begin. Now, before starting with the format, you must know what is the difference between notice and email writing. And yes, the marking scheme, you all must be knowing that your notice writing and email writing together, it comes for 10 marks. 5 marks is for your notice writing, and at the same time 5 marks, it is there for your email writing. And it is, let me tell you, this is the most scoring part because you don't have to write much in your notice and email writing. It is just that you have to know the appropriate format. You should know the format correctly, and then you can easily score at least 8 to 9 marks, 8 to 8.5 marks or 9 marks in your notice and email writing together. Well, notice and email writing both are used for conveying a message, but now what is the difference between notice and email writing? So let me tell you that notice is basically for informing a large, suppose you want to inform a large number of students about an information, so through notice you can inform them, so you write a notice. But when do you write an email? So email is mostly written to a person. Suppose you are going to, there is a debate competition in your school, so you want to call the students of some other school. It is inter-school competition. So for that you have to ask the permission, you have to seek the permission of the principal of your neighboring school. So at that time, for the principal of neighboring school, when you want to inform that or when you want to ask permission, so for that you have to write an email. Well, now let us discuss the format of your notice writing. So first of all, you have to write the heading, and heading it should be in the middle. You all must be knowing that. And the heading, it should not be very lengthy. Heading has to be short, and you have to write approximately around 4 to 5 words, but beyond that it should not go. And your heading should be very appropriate, and you all must be knowing that you get 1 marks for your heading. So you have to write appropriately. The heading should be appropriate. After you complete the heading, the next thing that you have to write is the name of the event. Suppose you are going to write notice about the inter-school debate competition that is held in your school. So for that you need to write inter-school debate competition. So this is going to be the name of the event. Suppose you are writing for Teachers Day celebration, you are informing the teachers, invitation, you are giving invitation to the teachers. So for that you have to write Teachers Day celebration. So this is going to be the event, and this again you are going to get 1 marks for this. So you have to write this appropriately. You have to read the question carefully. After you complete with the heading and the name of the event, you have to write date. So date you have to write. For that you are going to get half marks. After that you have to write time. So time, suppose 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to suppose 12 p.m. So you have to write the timing. After you write timing, the next thing that you have to write is name of the place and also the venue. Venue is again place, but you have to give proper information about the place. What the question is saying, you have to read that carefully, and the place you are going to write, you have to write appropriately. Not only just the name of the place, but you have to give proper information about the place. Suppose if it is an auditorium hall, and you have to write the name of the auditorium hall as well as the place where it is there. You have to give appropriate, it should be very specific. This includes 1 marks again, including your date is of half marks, and then time you have to write. After that, the name of the place and also the venue, it includes 1 marks. After you complete with this, the next thing that you have to write is the what is the eligibility. Maybe it is a competition, inter-school debate competition, as I have already given you an example. So you have to write what is the eligibility for the participation, who are the invitees, who all can come, about the audience, who all can be the audience, and then you will have to write the details. Whatever information that you want to give, you can give there. And yes, the main thing is that your notice and email writing, it should not be very lengthy. And the format, you can check the format. You can also check the format in the official website of the council, that is cice.org.in. You will get the format and you can refer to that once, then it will be more clear. And there are 2 types of format, so you can refer either of this. I have said the format. This format is quite easier than the other. Both are easy. You can refer to any of this, either of these. So now moving on to the next one, that is your email writing. So email writing, again this is of 5 marks. Well, now let us discuss about the format of email writing. So friends, first of all, email writing, you have to write to, and you have to write the email ID of the person to whom you are sending the email. So it can be anything. For example, I am going to give my email ID. So my email ID is barshabhagat8@, gmail.com. So if you are writing an email to me, so you have to write my email ID. After you write email ID, the next thing that you have to write is the subject. Now subject, you have to write the subject appropriately, and yes, the email ID to whom you are writing, the person to whom you are sending the email, you have to write the email ID of that person, and this includes half marks. And now subject, after that you have to write the subject. So subject includes half marks again, and for the subject you have to write it appropriately again because this is of half marks and you have to write it properly. Subject means, you all know that this is there in your letter also. What is the purpose of writing the email? You have to write that. That will be your subject. After you complete with the subject, the next thing that you have to write is the salutation. So salutation, what is salutation? You write respected sir, madam. So this is your salutation, and this includes half marks again. And the email, it cannot be very lengthy. You have to write only the important things, only the main points. You don't have to elaborate it like your composition. After you complete with your salutation, that is respected sir, madam or whatsoever, that is your half marks. That includes half marks. After you complete with the salutation, you have to write the opening sentence as you write it in your letter, and it should not be very lengthy. It has to be very short. The opening sentence may be one line, or one line is enough, or also you can include 2 lines, but please do not extend that. That is your opening sentence. This includes half marks again. Now after you complete with your opening sentence, you have to write the body. So what is the body of the letter? The main thing, what the main purpose of writing that email. You have to inform whatever you want to inform, you have to inform in the body. That is the body of the email. So that includes 2 marks. Well, now after you complete with the body of the email, the next thing that you have to write is the closing sentence. So what is the closing sentence? As you write it in your letter, and yes, after writing the introduction, that is your opening sentence, it should be very short, and after writing that you have to write in the next stanza, that is your next para, you have to write the body, and body, it can be of 2 to 3 lines. After you complete with the body, and you don't have to write anything extra, only to the point what you want to inform through the email. You have to write that in your body. After you complete with the body, you have to write body of the email, you have to write, the next thing that you have to write is the closing sentence. This is again of 1 line. Please do not extend that. Closing sentence, it is always of 1 line in your email. For example, we are looking forward for a favorable response. After completing the email, you can write this. Well, now after completing the closing sentence, after you have completed the closing sentence of your email, the next thing that you have to write is your subscription. That is you have to write thanking you, and please do not write it straightforward. You have to leave the you have to write it from the next line, thanking you, and then you have to write the subscription, that is yours faithfully, and then you have to write your name and your designation. Now the main rule that you have to keep in mind while writing your notice and email writing is that the tone should be formal. While writing your email writing and your notice writing, you cannot use any inappropriate words, or you cannot use slang. You cannot write any vulgar words. You have to write appropriately. It should be formal. After writing, after this, the next thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to give proper punctuations. That is your full stop, comma, wherever required, exclamation mark. You have to give proper punctuation. This is important. So friends, in this video, I have discussed the format of your notice and email writing. So friends, this was the video. Thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, then please do give the thumbs up button and subscribe our channel, Mastermind. And yes, if you have any doubts or queries, then you can write to us in the comment section below. Thank you.